And this is my 1950 Hudson Pacemaker with Commodore trim. I'm here at the car show, Kmart's parking lot. I had a little bit of help here and there on some things. Not much of a mechanic, I had a little bit of help there, but I've had this car probably 20 years now. Stored it for 16, frame up restoration on it. The car's been sandblasted at least 3 times. Frame rails, I mean it's cherry. It's pretty much as rust free as I can possibly get it. The Pacemaker was pretty much a lower priced car, and it didn't have a lot of options on it. Although a lot of the dealers, the customers wanted more and more accessories on their cars, so the dealers started to order parts from the manufacturer, and they started putting little goodies on here and there at the dealership to appease the customers. And this one here has a little bit of Commodore trim on it, from a 1950 Commodore, to try to spruce it up a little bit and take some of the plainness away from it, and I think it made it that much more unique. 6-cylinder flathead in it, 3-speed transmission with electric overdrive. The color on it, the color is an original color used back in 1950. Now, back then cars weren't as shiny as they are today, but I mean, you gotta have them shiny now. Yeah, it was a beast to paint. It took me like 7.5 hours to paint this thing. Years and years back, when I was gathering parts up after I had purchased the car, I found a gentleman that was one of 4 brothers in Cannonsburg, PA, and they had an old body shop up there that the whole upstairs was nothing but new old stock parts, and I was lucky enough to get the information and go up there and buy a lot of new old stock parts. I mean, there's a new hood on it that was never on a car until now, and I got one new door and a new quarter panel, and I gathered up a new fender, and then later on bought another new old stock fender. But there's been a lot of new old stock parts put on this car. You only made 500 of the 2-door Brougham back in 1950. So out of 500, I'd imagine there's a few left, but this body style is kind of rare. They say it looks like an old Merc in a way.